The winding streets of Salem whispered tales of an eerie past, where accusations of witchcraft had once torn through the fabric of the community. As a historian with a penchant for the paranormal, I found myself drawn to a particularly mysterious house that stood in the shadow of the infamous Witch Trials Memorial. Little did I know that my quest for historical understanding would plunge me into a chilling encounter with Salem's spectral past. The witch house, as locals called it, sat at the edge of town like a silent witness to centuries of secrets. Its time-worn facade exuded an unsettling aura, and its windows seemed to conceal the untold stories of those accused and condemned. Armed with a lantern and a sense of trepidation, I stepped across the threshold into the dimly lit interior. The air inside felt heavy with a presence that transcended time. Antique furniture adorned the rooms, and the flickering candlelight cast dancing shadows on the walls adorned with peculiar symbols. As I delved deeper, a subtle draft carried with it a faint whisper, a spectral murmur that seemed to beckon me further into the heart of the witch house. In a hidden chamber, I discovered an ancient book, its pages brittle with age. As I carefully flipped through, I stumbled upon incantations and names that echoed the accursed trials of Salem. The realization struck me like a cold wind. The house held the remnants of a bygone era, where the accused had sought refuge in the clandestine practice of the occult. As the clock struck midnight, an otherworldly glow emanated from the fireplace, casting an ethereal light on the room. The temperature plummeted, and the air vibrated with an unseen energy. I felt a spectral presence, an otherworldly force that seemed to awaken the dormant echoes of Salem's dark history. Suddenly, shadowy figures materialized around me, apparitions of the accused witches, their eyes filled with an otherworldly sorrow. They moved with a spectral grace, their voices intertwining in a haunting melody. The room pulsed with an ancient energy, as if the very walls absorbed the lamentations of the wronged. I tried to retreat, but an invisible force held me captive, and the apparitions closed in. Their cold fingertips brushed against my skin, and the temperature dropped further. It was as if the house itself had become a portal to a time when accusations of witchcraft condemned innocent souls to a macabre fate. In the midst of the spectral congregation, a figure emerged, a woman with piercing eyes and a countenance that bore the weight of centuries. She was the accused witch, a central figure in Salem's dark history. Her voice, a spectral whisper, recounted tales of persecution and injustice, weaving a narrative that blurred the lines between the living and the dead. Desperation seized me as I pleaded for release from the spectral grasp. The accused witches, once victims of a fevered hysteria, now sought solace in the realm between worlds. Their stories, etched in the very fabric of the witch house, echoed the torment of lives unjustly taken. As the spectral gathering reached its zenith, the figures dissipated like smoke, leaving me alone in the dimly lit chamber. The air, once heavy with spectral energy, returned to an eerie stillness. The witch house, a repository of Salem's tortured history, stood silent once more. The following morning, I emerged from the witch house, haunted by the echoes of the past. Salem's streets, now bathed in daylight, seemed to hold the weight of centuries. The experience left an indelible mark, a visceral reminder of the thin veil that separates the living from the spectral. As I walked away, I couldn't help but wonder if the witch house, with its time-worn walls and ghostly whispers, would forever remain a bridge between Salem's dark history and the present day. The accused witches, unjustly condemned, lingered as ethereal guardians, and the town's chilling past served as a cautionary tale, a reminder that the echoes of injustice and persecution could endure, waiting to be unveiled by those who dared to delve into the mysteries of Salem's haunted legacy.